How you doing? So I'm back on Skate and BMX 69. Since my last video, he took down the commentary type thing I did on his last, that SOPA video. And I thought that that was great because I think I made YouTube just a little bit better of a place, you know? It's just, if you can get one video like that taken down, I think you've done a pretty good job, and I feel pretty good about that. So I went back to his channel and I thought, you know what? This guy's pretty funny to fuck with. And I looked at his video, MAINE SUX. That's what it's called. And I thought, you know what? I'm doing another one of these. I'm doing another one. I'm not even gonna think, just let's go for it. Okay? So, as you can see, it's just the picture that I'm putting over my voice here is just a picture from his video, and if you can see the poster in it, that poster comes into play later in the video. So, let's just get started.
Alright, this video is about me.
Oh, and I should also mention, this video gets way funnier as it goes along, so you might want to stick around for the whole ride.
How much it sucks. I have made this video several times. I've tried to. The last one I did with the MAINE SUX documentary, I took them all down because it was way too long and it had mostly about my life in it. So I want to try to make this one about MAINE and not about my life in general. So I want to make it as short as possible. Here we go. Alright, MAINE is the worst place I've ever set foot in. Ever since day one I set foot here, people have been completely rude, ignorant, stuck up, and don't like new people.
See, it just seems like, you know, don't you think those things could just be you? You know, maybe it's just you. I mean, it's just like all these things, and he brings up more things later that are like way more funny and like obvious that it just seems like it's about him. Like these things happen to him and he just thinks it's everyone in Maine. And really, it's like, is it really just Maine? Maybe it's just your fucking town, maybe it's just your school, but you just generalize. It's horrible.
The education is pure awful. Teachers will fail you
pure awful. Of just
one point for no reason, and they will screw you over all the time for no reason. I can go on for 1,000 years on how I've gotten screwed over and how much I failed classes.
Yeah, that's Maine's fault, isn't it? Like, you just, oh my god.
There are no good women here.
Oh, this is the best part, okay. So let's get to that.
There are no women like the girl in this poster.
Okay, now, in the picture that I put over my voice, you see the poster in it. That's the poster that he's looking at. He's like, there are no women like this incredibly unrealistic woman with fake tits. They're nowhere to be found. Like, what the fuck?
There are not too many of them.
What do you mean, what? I'm just gonna keep going with it.
And if there are, they're skanks.
No, really?
They're whores, they're sluts, they're just after your money. They don't like you in general. These women are just way worse than your wife. And when there are women like that, they'll just say, oh my god, this place freaking sucks, like I say, and just move out like a year or two. The women...
And? So they complain, but they move out. I mean, I'm just saying that might be better than staying there and bitching about it like you do.
So you don't even want to talk to them because they're so slutty. But, I mean, as much as I like women, chicks in Maine aren't worth it. They don't even find you attractive.
Like, who is he talking about? Like, do you think they just don't find anyone attractive? Do you think that's really what it is? Maybe, and I'm not, you know, look, I don't know you, LZ Link Master, I don't know you personally, but maybe it's just, maybe it's just you. Okay, maybe it is. Did you ever, like, even consider that possibility? And it's, why do you say it's Maine? Maybe it's just the girls at your school. Why do you just bitch about Maine? Like, you have so many videos bitching about Maine. It's fucking ridiculous.
Either they go for fags or weird-looking people, too. And then they complain about not having the right guy.
I think someone's jealous, just saying.
And then they go, don't call me a slut. I am who I am.
The face he's making right now is just classic.
Like this with her boob showing, a slutty dress or a skirt. I'm not a slut. Call me a slut all you want. I don't care. You don't know me, bitch. And they complain complain on Facebook all the time about being sluts and whores, and they sleep with like 5 guys and they had 5 different boyfriends, and they're like, I'm not.
That's probably an exaggeration. I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Not a slut. I just like him. I don't know what I'm doing. Seriously, you're sleeping with other guys when you have a boyfriend. What do you expect people to say? You stupid whore. Everything is just out of date, out of style. In some places in Maine, like Bangor or Lisbon, everything looks the same from 1972. Some places look the same from the 1950s, 40s, 20s, even 1800s.
Yeah, that's kind of, you know, in an age where people have cell phones, you know, maybe there are cars. That would make me think it's not the 1800s, you know, like, just saying.
Everything here is just out of date. The Bangor airport looks exactly the same from 1974.
Well, I guess it would, definitely. Except, you know, planes have changed since then, so you'd think they would have updated it. I think they probably have. And maybe you're just exaggerating like a dumbass because you can't find enough things to complain about, so you just try to pick everything. It's ridiculous.
Everything's too far away.
Oh yeah, this is the best part. Just
Now then, everyone lives in different places. Everyone could live near the town, but for us, we have to drive 7 to 13 miles just to go shopping, eat at McDonald's, eat at Burger King.
That's your fault. Why? I mean, like, and I mean, I'm not like saying the financial situation, but when you're talking about like, oh, this is Maine's fault that you don't live close enough to a McDonald's that is in Maine. What are you even talking about? You're so stupid. God.
Eat in general. Go shopping in general. Go to the mall. Just to do anything, actually. I have to ride my bike 13 miles just to find spots.
Spots.
Anything.
What defines a spot? What the fuck? What is a spot to you? Like,
You have to drive like 14 miles just to go to a skate park that's good. You have to drive 13 miles to go to work. I'm just saying, everything's too far away. Some of the laws here are not only overrated, but they are really stupid. I don't really know all of them, but
I've never like heard of laws being overrated, but yeah, laws do suck in just about every state, you know, especially the ones that are, you know, but I mean, I could go into that, but that's a whole political thing, but still, you know, I'm just, you know,
I'm not
putting that
gonna
out
say
there.
it because I could probably go on for 1,000 years. I want this video.
You always say 1,000 years, like I could go on for 1,000 years about this. It's like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know what more you could talk about. Like, you just pick a bunch of bullshit and just like you cannot find spots. Like who says that? Who do you, like, I think by that time, I don't even know. It's just ridiculous.
Before it's possible. Another thing I hate about the state is, the only thing you ever really hear about on the news and TV or anything is California, or anywhere else that you don't care about. They'll be like, oh, today on the news it is 67 degrees and sunny in San Francisco, California.
Okay, the reason they do that is because people travel there. That's why they'll usually talk about, well, it's this weather here, because if you're going to be traveling there, or maybe, you know, you don't know how you're going to be able to get back from there, you'll know, like, if flights are delayed and shit like that. That's the reason they do that when they talk about, like, bigger cities, especially in California, places like that, because the weather tends to be somewhat, unpredictable out there. I mean, that's why. So, yeah.
It's a nice day, Tom. Who gives a fucking shit about California? Oh, and then you know, someone died. There was a fire in the mountains of Los Angeles. Oh, there was the fire up in the hills in San Diego. Oh, and this 25-year-old woman killed her 30-year-old husband in San Diego with a knife. What do you say? She's in court right now. We're going to jail. Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit.
Is that really necessary? Like, his face is so close to the camera.
When What do you expect us to do?
He really gets mad
Do you want
about
us
this.
to, like, call the Maine Fire Department? Or call the police and send them all to California?
It's not what... I mean, if they're reporting it, then the police know
This
about it.
place sucks your life away, and you become the people you hate. So if you live here, get out of here as soon as possible. And if you don't...
I mean, like, when he says that, that makes me think that, like, he hates everyone in Maine. Because they all must be people that make shitty videos on YouTube and bitch about stupid bullshit. Like, it makes me think that that's what they are, because that is what he is. You know what I mean? Like, just, yeah.
Believe me that Maine sucks. Talk to anyone out of state that has set foot in Maine or lived there for a while. I guarantee 80% of them will tell you it's the biggest shithole they ever set foot in. Everyone else would be lying. You know what's funny? When I lived in California for 5.5 years, I didn't even know Maine was a state or existed.
I don't know how old you were then, but that's... I mean, you know, and I don't know how old you were, but to not know that it exists is a bit much. I mean, come on.
Probably because it sucks. No joke, I've heard of Rhode Island, I've heard of New Hampshire, I've heard of Alaska, but I haven't heard of Maine. And Maine has so much history, but nobody knows what Maine is.
People do. I do. There's a lot of shit going on there with Paul LePage, the new governor there, and that mural, that, like, pro-union thing. I mean, I don't follow, like, Maine, you know, news a lot, but, you know, I'm just saying that people know what it is. So, yeah, I'm just throwing that out there again.
Isn't that crazy? You see so much history about from Thanksgiving, you see history from World War II, you see history from the New England Times, but nobody knows Maine's really a state. This place sucks your life away.
Yeah, he messed it up. I guess, like, he accidentally repeated that part and put it back in the video, so I'll just skip it really quickly.
Nobody knows. Or two, you see history from... It's just crazy. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is there's tourists. Tourists.
Yeah, that's right. No one knows about Maine, but there's tourists all over the place. Like, what do you even, like, think about these things? God.
Everywhere when it's a nice day. Sometimes I feel like there are more tourists in the state of Maine than there are in the people of Maine in general. If you go to the mall, it's packed.
I thought no one... God, why would people go there all the time? If... God, you don't think about these
People on
things.
TV ask most of them, like, oh, I live in New York. And seriously, why is it called vacation land if everybody goes to California or Florida for a vacation?
You just said the tourists are all over the place.
No one wants to be here for a vacation. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the reasons Maine sucks. Go down in the description below. You can find the like page that I made on Facebook. And there's also a like page on Maine's Weather Sucks. We need more fans. Because nobody's heard of Maine.
5 people liked his page. I'm gonna read this Facebook page too. I'll leave a link to it just so you can make fun of some of the shit in it if you want. It's kind of entertaining, but yeah, that's his video.
And people go there.
Yeah, so we cut out, but that's it. This video is going for about 15 minutes. That's all for me, so yeah. Hope he deletes it, because it's a really shitty video, and he's really, really fun to mess with. I've figured that out, so I'll be... I don't know if I'll do it anymore, probably not, but you never know.